Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. Damn it. You ready? Here we go. They did it. I don't believe it.
Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go. Go.
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go. Go.
All right, Panther fans, how we doing? We got Boston tonight, and then we all get a break from the torture that has become the 2022-23 Florida Panthers season. And no good news, no good luck tonight. We're not going to roll the dice and have some fun with Matt Goose out there. No, we're going to throw Alex Lyon out there again for the second back-to-back in 2 weeks. Not that last night was his fault. He allowed 3 goals. You should be able to beat the Kings after 2 days rest at home to keep your playoff hopes alive. We couldn't do it. We could not score on their backup goaltender. Go figure. The rest of the roster looks supposedly healthy. Looks like Forsling's going to go. That's the last update I got. Don't kill the messenger, okay? You know how this works with this team, especially this year. We don't know. I think Forsling's going to play, but in 30 seconds I could find out that not only is he not going to play, but he's sick, he's been deported, and he's in bankruptcy. We just don't know what's going to happen with this team. But what we do know, now they have said Spencer Knight is an upper body injury. It's nice a few weeks later to let us know about that. Now, I'm not a goalie, okay? At least it's not lower body. I don't know what kind of upper body injury you could have that would be that terrible that you could play 2 games over the weekend and then not be 100%, just not feel right. I mean, I guess if it's your shoulder and you can't move your glove hand, okay, right? I don't know, you tell me. What I know is that it's slip sliding away. We're 5 points and 6 points and 3 points, and it's all of the teams and it's all of the games in hand, and no fan base needs this break more than the Florida Panthers do right now. So we're going to stream, we're going to have a good time. Stu and I will be back in the morning, and then tomorrow I will put out a schedule, a community post of what's going to happen with this channel during the All-Star break. I have something really fun coming up towards the end of the week. I believe we are going to get Randy Moeller. That's not 100%, but that is our intent. And then I will be streaming, Colin and I will be streaming the skills competition and the game itself, and I'm sure we'll have a few other things. And also tomorrow we'll be streaming the both AFC Championship and the NFC Championship games. All right. I predicted we were going to win the Cup, so as long as I'm going to be wrong, how about 5-2 Panthers tonight? I can't even get it out of my mouth. All right, so it's 1-0 Boston after 1. Lions playing just fine. He's made a few saves. Boston's got 14 shots in the first period. We killed off a double minor, another high sticking penalty. This one was on Bennett. And Brandon Montour tried a ill-advised stretch pass from behind the goal line, and it was immediately intercepted and put into the net. And it's 1-0 Boston. They've had a couple of other defensive breakdowns where Boston has had opportunities, and Lions made some saves. Panthers have had a couple 2-on-1s, but I'm convinced Boston is playing with 8 players on the ice, because every time we get a 2-on-1, it seemed like there were 5 guys in the offensive zone, and we start going the other way, and there's already 2 or 3 Bruins back. I don't know how they're doing it, but we've had some opportunities, and we continue to have the puck stolen off of our stick. There's at least 3 instances where we had something going and the Boston Bruins player just came from behind and bloop, took the puck and went back the other way. So anybody watching this game that thinks coaching is not important, you need to watch this game because clearly this is a well-coached team. Let's move on to second period. So, shots are like 30-17 Boston. Alex Lyon is just absolutely playing the game of his life, keeping us in the game, making save after save. And in a play that perfectly, and I mean this play could not more perfectly surmise this Florida Panthers season. In a tie game with our playoff hopes hanging by the thread. If you know anything about fishing, it's like not even 4-pound test, okay, that our hopes are hanging by. Sam Bennett sees a pass come across the crease, and there's only one Bruins player around, but he's way off in the distance, a solid 10 feet away. I mean, he's nowhere near the puck or the net. And Sam Bennett decides to take a baseball swing basically at the puck and knock it right into his own net. And it's 2-1 Boston. And you can't even be surprised. There's no surprise. There's no shock. There's no how did he do that. There's no what was he thinking. There's none of that. It's just like, yep, that's our Panthers. That's this season. So we might lose this game. We might lose this game 2-1. And somehow, we're somehow, I don't understand, but maybe when the Maurice system works, it's just so ugly that this is what you get. But where we look like terrible on defense, the Lyon is keeping us in the game, and somehow we're not like getting blown out 4-5 or 6-1 or 7-1 or whatever it is. But we look terrible. We look really bad. Our power play looks bad. The penalty kill looks good. I will say that. The penalty kill looks good. But this team, on a nightly basis, when was the last time we put two good performances by the same area in a row? Like one night the PK's good. The next night the power play's good. The next night the goaltending. But we've never, I mean, we've had like 3 games all year where all of it's good at once. So, hell of a deflection though. Sam Bennett's hand-eye coordination, mwah, perfect. So yeah, move on to third period.
We are going to overtime!
Well, it has been quite some time since I had to say this, but 2 big points. Now I'm not going to get carried away. Remember, I told Stu, if you watched the review with Stu this morning, I said we were going to win this game. And I also said, if I say the P word, slap me upside the head. So I'm not going to go there, at least for another 20 or 30 seconds. The first comeback of the year for our Florida Panthers, and it keeps us hanging on by a thread. It's a very thin thread. But, you know, after we come back and we make it 2-2, and the heartbreak of allowing that goal, 40 seconds left, had we gotten no points out of this game, I think this team just would not have been able to mentally handle that. But instead, they showed tremendous mental fortitude against this Boston team. Barkov ties the game with about 1.4 seconds or whatever it ended up being. And then right into overtime, first shot of overtime, Sam Reinhart with a 500-mile-an-hour bullet right past Jeremy Swayman, and the Panthers get 2 sweet, mwah, beautiful ice cream sandwich sundae, peanut butter ripple covered in golden brown sugar fried waffles, topped with lemon curd points. Oh, that's actually sounds pretty good. I got a chicken salad waiting for me. But that other thing I just said, I need that for dessert. Alex Lyon gets the first star of the game, and can't take anything away from him, can't knock him. He's had some really good games. He's had a couple of games that, not fantastic. So, we went on that road trip, and I said, give me 1-1-1 to keep us in the race, and that's what they did. We had these 2 games at home. I said, give me 2 points out of these 2 games at home to keep us in the race, and that's what they did. Now, can we please come back from the break with Bubba Brewski and Spencer Knight healthy and ready to go? As Coach Maurice would say, 100% feeling ready to go, completely ready to go, all the way ready to go, whatever he's going to call it. Can we please now get our goaltenders back? I love you, Alex Lyon. Nothing personal, nothing against you, but for the mental, for our mental sake of the fan base, can we please have Bubba and Spencer back? I believe Bubba for sure is going to be back. Spencer, I don't know, upper body, okay? I don't know we don't know. For all we know, he could be having vision problems, right? And I'm not even saying that as to be sarcastic, okay? Guys, remember Bob Greasy way back in the 70s? He was having trouble and he had to go get glasses, okay, as an NFL quarterback. So who knows what's going on with Spencer? So it's 30 games left. 30 games left, Panther fans. And a few years ago, this team was out of the race. I'm not going to say the word. This team was out of the race a few years ago and went on some crazy run of like 20-5 or something like that, or 15-5. We went on some ridiculously spectacular run, and we got 96 points, and we did not get in. And I sang a song called 96 Points and didn't get in. This team is clearly not going to fold, and that's one of the things that I've talked about all season is that, yes, we have not had a long winning streak, but we also haven't had a long losing streak that buried us. Nobody would have expected this tonight, except I did say that we were going to win tonight in the review, but that's trifle. The point is nobody expected it to happen this way. There are a lot of teams ahead of us. I'll say this on the stream. I don't think this team can get in going 6-3-1 or 7-2-1 like it did. The only way this team gets in is we come back from the All-Star break and we rip off 8, 9, 10 in a row and put yourself into position. That's the only way. We're out of time to win 2, lose 1, even win 3, lose 1. It's just not enough time. We're going to have to go on a balls to the wall. Like last year, we had 2 12-game winning streaks. You give me 12 in a row, this team can get in. And if they can get in, then we obviously can play well with Boston anyway. I don't know about any of the other teams. But we've been here. How many times have we been here where this team will look good? And even look good for 2 games in a row. And then not so much with the third. But we're not going to get an opportunity to take that narrative now, because that was the first 52. Now we have 30 left to go. You're going to have to go 20-5-5, probably at the worst, to get in. So we'll just see if this team has that in them. So had a lot of people on the stream, a lot of new people, a lot of Boston Bruins fans. Appreciate that. Like I always say, it's a Panthers channel, but it's a channel for everybody. Everybody's cool. You know what I mean? Now this week, Stu and I will be back in the morning, and then Monday we'll be starting back up the Flying Fluffy Sports Podcast. It's 1 hour every day for YouTube members and Patreon supporters only. The links are in the description. It's $3 a month to start off with, and I've been putting out some clips from that to give you guys a little bit of an idea. And then tomorrow is the NFC and AFC Championships game, so it'll be about a 7-hour live stream Kyle and I will be doing tomorrow. That should be fun. I have no horse in the race, so we're hoping for Bengals 49ers Super Bowl, and that is going to be an epic show. We're making plans to have a Super Bowl stream. Something good going to go down there. But the other thing this week, obviously, we got Randy Moeller coming in. We got the All-Star break. We will be having a stream for the skills competition. We will be having a stream for the All-Star game. I asked on the stream, I'll say it here, if anybody wants to go to any of the other events and they get some footage on their phone, on their camera, they want to send it to me, I'm going to try to put together a video of a collage of fans at the various events. So if you go and you get some film, you want to send it to me, the email is flyingfluffyhockey@gmail.com. Also, Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, we're having another Florida Panthers fans get their say live stream. Again, the email, flyingfluffyhockey@gmail.com. If you'd like to be on that show, message me. That's going to start at 7. The last one lasted an hour. I have a feeling we're going to get more people this time. So who knows? It's going to go until we run out of people. So, all right. This game. This game now. When we get scored on, I lift weights. And, of course, we got scored on with 40 seconds left or whatever it is. So I did something that I will do a lot, which is I just keep lifting, and I just keep lifting. Hopefully we're going to score a goal. And wouldn't you know it, it worked. And so when I sat back down to start with the overtime, the stream suggested, why don't you just keep lifting? Because they've been keeping track of when I keep lifting, we've got a pretty good record. So I just stood there for overtime and kept lifting. And lucky for me, it didn't take all that long, did it? All right. Wow. All right. So just strap in, buckle in. So this is the ride. This is the last thing. This is the ride you're fixing to go on. Imagine if you had a building, a giant, mammoth-sized building, and you couldn't see anything inside at all. Pitch black, darker than Space Mountain. And you take any 10 of your favorite roller coasters, whatever your favorite roller coasters are, take all 10 of them, okay? And you just start one, and you have a special car that can adapt to the track of whatever roller coaster it is, okay? So you could start off on Space Mountain, and it goes right into Kraken. You see what I'm saying? So take whatever 10 roller coasters are your favorite, you put it all in one building in the pitch black, you have a universal car, and you're going to ride all 10 roller coasters without interruption, in the dark, basically for free. That's what we're fixing to do for these next 30 games. Because although I know there are many of you, and maybe rightfully so, many of you who believe this team probably can't make the word that I cannot discuss, even though we may not make it, if you don't think we're still going to be in it with like 1 game left, 2 games left, you haven't been watching this team for 20 whatever years. Because if there's anything we know is that if this team is going to break our heart, they're going to wait to the last possible second to do it. So strap in, because we're not going to be eliminated with 8 games left or with 5 games left or maybe even with 3 games left. We're going to be sitting there with 2 games left going, if we get 4 points and Pittsburgh beats the Rangers and the Avalanche beat the Lightning and the Red Wings beat the Sabres and this and that, and if it's a full moon and Mars is in retrograde and Mercury is in shadow, we're going to be sitting there with 2 games left. And it still could happen, right? It still could happen. And then most likely what will happen, well, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because it's bad. That's bad juju. Although when I complain, good things happen. So most likely what will happen is something like with 3.8 seconds left, and like one of those games will break our heart. But it's okay that I say that, because when I say that, good things happen, but then I'm reverse psychologizing myself. So I don't even know what to say anymore other than 2 points. Buckle up, people.